Hi, I'm Kevin Reome, and you're watching Improv Nerd with Jimmy Carrane.
Improv Nerds.
But you were also, Inside Letterman also had Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
You know, and what was she like?
Absolutely real. Real in that she would, and I think she is very unchanged. I think she is the same. She likes to just speak her mind, you know, where Tina might, you know, whisper something, Amy will say it. So across the street is that lacrosse shop, and that used to be I.O. That used to be Improv Olympic Belmont. They had that space, and they also had the Wrigley side on Clark in Wrigleyville. But it was there that I took I took my classes with Dell there, I took my classes with Besser and Anna McKay and Sharna, and I remember pulling into that little parking lot with my car blaring Def Leppard. And I kind of thought, like, I'm nailing it. Like, this is, I mean, it was like old Def Leppard. It was not in at the time, but I still thought, like, yeah, man, Def Leppard. And I get out and she goes, Reome, are you listening to Def Leppard? He's listening to Def Leppard, and just frickin' let me have it. And I'm like, oh. And she would do that every once in a while. I remember, like, writing notes. I was in a class and I was writing notes. And she goes, oh my God, look at Reome. Look at, he makes mistakes and scribbles it out. I'm like, everybody doesn't make mistakes when they write. I make mistakes like every other word. But so yeah, she would tear into you.
And then you guys would go to the movies every once in a while, and that was always a surprise. Right?
Yeah, she would do a, maybe this happens, you probably have a friend who does this, where you make plans to go do something, and then you show up to go do it, and they brought a friend, and you just go like, okay, you know, I know this wasn't a date. This wasn't a date. But like, who's that dude? Like, my whole dynamic has changed. Like you said, like, you know, sometimes you plan, maybe planning an interview is different, but when you're planning to see somebody, let's say you walk, you know, 5 blocks to go meet your buddy, and you're probably in your, I know I am, in my head going like, well, what are you going to talk about? Oh, I'll ask him how Thanksgiving was, you know? You start like thinking, what do I have to tell him? Oh, I went here, I went to Iowa, I should tell him about that. Right, so you know, you get yourself prepared for just one-on-one polar, and then you get some jag there too, and you go like, I guess I'll just sit here and not talk.
And then she would say to you, give me a call at the end, right?
That was, yeah, so that was the, I wonder if she still does that. I don't know if she still does it, but there are those friends who need to bridge the gap between now and the next time. They cannot live with goodbye. And just like floating into the darkness. They need like, so you know, I'll see you next Tuesday at rehearsal or whatever. Or when there isn't anything like that, Poehler would say, you know, call me tomorrow. And I go like, okay. And then like one time I did. And she's like, so what's up? What do you need? I'm like, I don't know. I'm calling you. There's nothing to talk about. I have no news. So I'll let you go. And then and that wasn't the last time she'd say, call me tomorrow, but I never did.
I'm sorry that I robbed that liquor store. I'm sorry.
We're past that.
Yes.
It wasn't my liquor store.
No.
No.
No, and no one got killed.
No one got killed?
And you know what? It was only $400. And you know what? I made restitution being here.
You did?
Yes.
I mean, you have gone beyond $400 as far as being a productive part of this farm. I mean, the hay bales and the milk that you've milked, it is beyond.
I want to show you something what I did with the hay and the milk.
Oh.
Look at this. You see the hay? I stacked it all the way up here.
It is perfect. It's never been done so exquisitely. It looks fake.
It is fake.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't get it perfectly, so I went to a store in town and I got some fake because I didn't want to disappoint you. That's fake hay.
Gosh, I am proud of you and disappointed at the same time. The ingenuity is great. The fact that we can't sell this is bad.